हेलो दोस्तों, नमस्कार, राधे राधे, जय श्री कृष्णा। कैसे हैं दोस्तों आप लोग? आशा करती हूँ स्वस्थ और मस्त होंगे। दोस्तों मैं भी यहाँ पे बिल्कुल स्वस्थ हूँ। तो ये देखिए दोस्तों, आज मैं आपके लिए एक वीडियो और लेके आई हूँ। जो मैंने वीडियो डाला था उसके आगे का ही ये वीडियो है। और ये देखिए दोस्तों, हम लोग यहाँ पे रिवर वॉक होता है तो वो हम लोग यहाँ पे करने गए हैं, रिवर वॉक। और हम बैठे हैं देखो नाव में। और ये देखिए, और ये नाव ना 50-50 60-60 लोगों को लेके चलती है दोस्तों। और नाव से इधर उधर का पूरा दृश्य दिख रहा है। और ये हम बैठे हैं साइड में और यहाँ से पूरा
very first hospital to get air conditioned in the nation. 1930 is when they opened up their doors. Upon the Alamo. If it does that, it's illegal and deemed as disrespectful. So on my left, the Hyatt Regency. Right on the other side of this hotel here is the Alamo. So they were only allowed to go 16 stories high and no higher than that. And they made up for it by making it a wider hotel. Any building in the future that gets built around the Alamo is also going to go through years of shadow work and shadow testing before they know how high it can go itself. This is called the Casino Club building. Now, I did say casino, so if I have any gamblers on board, I hope you didn't get too excited. That's just the name of the building. Sorry to disappoint, guys. The first two floors is just a restaurant. Top floors, those are apartments. Now, if any of you want to live in those apartments up there, good luck. Alright guys, this is what I call restaurants to go. So if you're hungry, this is where you want to be.
ये कैसे देख रहे हैं?
को लग रहा है इतने लोग।
लाइट दिख रही है।
Alright, now I'm going to show you all the father, the architect of this very river. Office building that's on my right, that's right next to him, that was his office, his personal office he put down here in 1941. And this was just to start off the river. It wasn't until a good 5 years later with the... Now I often do get asked if the Riverwalk is man-made or if all of this is natural. You are going to get best of both worlds down here, guys. Yes, it is. Up ahead, that's going to be completely man-made river. They made that river part of the river back in 1968. Us back in 2002 from the Mexican government. They wanted to give that in honor of the friendship between Mexico and America. Alright guys, now take advantage of all the little shit out. Support your small businesses, shop local, guys. Alright, now, every 2 to 3 years, the city of San Antonio, they drain the entire man-made part of the river. And parts of the natural, they drain it so that river. Believe it or not, guys, we also do get a lot of electrical scooters as well. We get a lot of chairs from the restaurants, pounds and pounds of silverware. Hats, wallets, IDs, glasses, purses, bags, jewelry, money. So yeah, you get pretty much anything and everything somebody had. 1968, that was the staple of the World's Fair that happened. Now that is also the second tallest observation deck in the nation. It stands at a good 750 feet tall. Now all the way at the top of... Now that gray statue you see in front of us, that's the newest addition to the river. Her name is the Stargazer statue. We got her back in 2022 from Pedro Reyes, a Mexican artist. Pedro made her out of 18 pieces of volcanic rock from Mexico and 1 piece of marble. That marble piece is in her hands, that star she's holding right there. Alright, now to my left, there's a big hotel that has green and red lights on it. That's the Marriott. I'm going to talk about that one right there. Back in 1988 is when they built the Marriott right there. But before they built the Marriott there already happened to be another hotel already in its spot. It was called the Fairmont. Now the Fairmont was built in 1906. So nobody was allowed to tear down they didn't care. They still decided to ask the Fairmont if they have their permission to tear it down. The Fairmont, of course, told them no. I'm sorry, you can't tear it down. Find somewhere else. Marriott said no. You find somewhere else. They told them if we're not going to tear down the Fairmont, pick a new location for the Fairmont. We'll move it there for you guys. Sure enough, a 1,600-ton hotel just got towed back in the ground backwards, the wrong way. They just left it like that, and they reopened up their doors like brand new. 1988 came around, the Marriott got what they wanted, built right there in its exact place, and the Fairmont is still very much and still active. Still, guys, not that far from here. Now, real quickly, what we just entered here, this is called the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. They built this in 1968, and they named this after Henry B. since he was the first Mexican American to be elected into the U.S. House of Representatives. Now, if you look to my left, you're going to see that they decided to add a theater as part of it. That's the Lila Cockrell Theater. They named it after her. She was that beautiful art piece above her name. Don't worry, guys, we're going to come back around and we'll talk about that art piece itself. But in the meantime, I'm going to use this little area right here. Unfortunately, we can't go around the little island itself, guys. So this is where we're going to turn around right here. Civilizations. That art piece right there, it's made from over 400,000 pieces of colored stone that was found all over Mexico. All had for the fact that San Antonio gets 300 days on average. Now, that Fairmont Hotel, the one that they dragged down the street, so when they were in the process of moving this hotel, because they took a full 24 hours, yeah, one full day just to move the hotel over this bridge here. After this full day, the hotel made it over to the future. Alright, now, himself, look in front of us towards the right. That statue of a man holding a baby in his hands. There he is. That's Mr. San Antonio, guys. That's where we got our name from. His real name is Saint Anthony, but Saint Anthony just translates to San Antonio. Now, he lived back in Portugal in the 70s, and it's also said that if you lose something you deeply love, you go to Saint Anthony, you pray for it back, and he is known to return it right back to you. People say to go to him with a prayer and maybe even an offering in hopes of something back in return. Alright guys, now if y'all look to my right above the trees, you're going to see a church steeple. Right above the trees, church steeples that were heavily migrating down here to Texas just because they wanted a place to worship in their own native language. Now there'll be an all-male choir there that sings in complete German for a mass service itself. Alright guys, now my personal favorite story to be told on this tour, it is about a hotel. This hotel is called the Hilton Palacio del Rio. Palace on the River is what it stands for. If y'all guys start looking to my left on street level, there's a big hotel right there. That's the one I'm going to talk about. So this hotel on my left. What San Antonio didn't realize is, hey, we had thousands of people coming down here, but not enough hotels for all these people. So what they did is they got in contact with H.B. Zachary. He's the owner of Zachary Construction. They asked him, hey, can y'all build us a hotel? He said, of course. How many rooms do you need, and when do you need this hotel done by? They proceeded to tell him that they need at least 5